ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਖੜੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਜੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਖੜ ਸਕਦੀ ਸੀ? We're standing here right now doing open vichar in a Gurdwara site. If Satguru Nanak had not been upon the earth, would a woman be able to stand here and speak openly like this in a Gurdwara site? ਜੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬ੍ਰਾਹਮਣ ਕਸ਼ਤਰੀ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਥੇ ਖੜ ਕੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ। If Guru Nanak Dev Ji had not been upon this earth, would somebody who was not of a high Brahman caste or a Kshatriya caste be able to stand here and speak? ਜੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਜਾਂ ਹਿੰਦੂ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀ। ਸਾਡੀ ਜਾਨ ਵੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਸੀ। If Satguru Nanak had not been upon the earth, then would we be a Musliman now? Would we be Hindu? Would we even be alive because of the power of Satguru Nanak, the power of the Gurus in preventing the Mughal Empire from taking over the whole of India? And now let's contemplate what we have because of Satguru Nanak. ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰੀਏ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਮਿਲਿਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ? ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਖੋਜ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ ਤਾਂ? When we're in dukh, when we're suffering, we come to the Gurdwara Sahib, we pray to Vaheguru, we search within Guru Granth Sahib Ji for the answer and we recite Vaheguru's name. And if Guru Nanak Dev Ji had not been upon the earth, would we have been able to find sukh in this? Would we have been able to find peace in this? So with this vichar in mind of what Satguru Nanak gave us, with that heartfelt love, let's begin to do some simran. Satguru Nanak Dev ਵਡਿਆਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ, ਪਿਆਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰੀਏ। ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਭਰੇ ਗਾਵੀਏ, ਮਨ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਚਾ ਗਾਵੀਏ, ਰਸਨਾ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਪਣਾ, ਸੁਣੀਏ ਕੰਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਪੂਰੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਮਨ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਪਾਓ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ, ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੂਰਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਰੱਖਣਾ। आओ जपिए वाहिगुरु 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 Guru Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. अपने मन ਵਿੱਚ नाम जपी जाना. Your mind keep reciting the Guru Mantra. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. ਗਿਆਨ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਮ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ, ਸਰ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੀ. ਗਿਆਨ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਿਛ ਕਰਮ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ, ਸਰ ਨ ਜਾਣਾ ਤੇਰੀ. ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਸਾਰੇ ਜਪੋ. ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਸਭ ਦੇ ਵੱਡਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨਾਨਕ, ਜਿਨ ਕਲ ਰਾਖੀ ਮੇਰੀ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. We're going to do some chords of this Shabad with Maharaj Kripa. We're going to contemplate this Shabad to really find out the truth of the meaning of the Shabad, to become closer to Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji, and to really understand Guruji's message, so we can implement it. Gurbani Bano. Gurbani was not given to us just to read. It was given to us so we could implement it, so we could become it. So let's take this Shabad and see what precious treasures we can get that we can apply to our lives. So Maharaj Ji tells us, Gyan Dhyan Kich Karma Na Jana. Just through Gyan. What is Gyan? Gyan is knowledge or wisdom. It's not to say that wisdom is not important, but when we become fully engrossed in wisdom, when we become just scholars, we forget the true message that Guruji gave us. So we can be experts in Gurbani, Vyakya, in what Gurbani means and the grammar of Gurbani. We can be experts in the history of the Gurus, in politics, in all sorts of things. And it's not to say any of that is bad. We should do that. We should become experts in all of that. But that alone is not enough. And then we have the Pandits, and now we could even say Gyanis. We had the Mullahs who had all of this knowledge, but Guruji was telling them that just by knowing this stuff alone does not bring you closer to Vaheguru. by just knowing this stuff but not implementing it makes you a hypocrite. So Gyan alone is not enough. It's important, but it's not enough. Then Maharaji says Dhyan. Gyan, Dhyan. What is Dhyan? Dhyan is consciousness. Dhyan is focus, it's concentration. And back in the day, and even now, the yogis would stand on one foot, or they would go into deep meditation. And all over the world we do this. We do mindfulness, we really focus our mind. And that is needed. When we do Simran, we need to focus our Dhyan. So again, it's not that we don't need to do this. But Dhyan alone, again, is not enough, because we forget why we're doing it. It becomes all about the technique. Ego is born from what we're doing or how long we're doing it for. So Maharaj is saying, Dhyan, Dhyan, kich karma na jana. They're saying, I don't really know all that much about this wisdom, this knowledge. I don't really know much about Dhyan. And it might be that they're being humble, right? They probably were. But there was a point they were trying to get across. Gyan, Dhyan, kich karma na jana. I don't know anything about these karma, about these actions. Gyan, Dhyan, kich karma na jana. Sara na jana devi. I don't know your vastness, Vaheguru. And many of us, people like me, think we're experts, think we're really wise, we know everything. But Guruji knew the truth that nobody can know the true extent of Vaheguru. It's beyond our human comprehension. Gyan, Dhyan, kich karma na jana, sar na jani teri, sab te vadda, sat Guru Nanak, jin kal rakhi meri. Maharaji is saying that the greatest of all is Satguru Nanak. Because Jin Kala Rakhi Meri, in this time of Kalajug, in this time period of darkness, Guruji has protected me, has saved me. So what is Guruji saying here? Gyan and Dhyan are important, but that's not all there is to it. So what is the emotion? What is, not even the emotion, what is the virtue that Guruji is talking about here? They are praising Vaheguru. They're in love with Vaheguru's feet. They're in pure humility to the fact that Vaheguru saved them. And we've all been there. We've all been in our time of dukh, whether it was physical health, emotional health, relationships, losing a job, stress, whatever you might call it. And we've all turned to Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, the living Guru, and we've obtained some sukh from it. We've had a miracle. Every single person has had a miracle from Gurbani, from the Guru. Yet we forget it so easily. So this Shabad to me, and this is just one interpretation, there's no right or wrong. We all understand according to whatever Kirpa Maharaj does on us. So this is just one interpretation. But to me, this message is about love and humility. And sometimes we ask, how can I be in love with Guru? Yes, Maharaji's saved me so many times, these miracles have happened. But still, I struggle to connect. I struggle to connect with Gurbani. I struggle to do my Simran. How do I fall in love with Guruji's feet? So this was something we were contemplating. And the vichar arose, the idea arose that we can only fall in love if we allow our ego to dissolve. When we stop saying, I know everything, only then can we empty our vessel and allow the true Gyan to come through. If we know everything, there's no need for a Guru. If we know everything, there's no need for Vaheguru. If we know everything, then why do we suffer in the first place? Why do we experience dukh in the first place? It's because we don't know everything. So if you've ever had the experience of love, whether it's the love of your spouse, the love of your children, the love of a particular food, or a pet even, what you'll know is when you have that feeling of being in love, you dissolve. Everything becomes about that person. You might even love your mobile phone. It becomes all about that object, that person. And you start to forget yourself. That is true love. And that is this path of love. Prema Pagati. This is the path of love. So what does that mean for us? It means instead of always saying, I know everything, we need this attitude of, I don't know anything. Main nahi, Prabh sab kich tera. Now I'm nothing. Everything is yours, Vaheguru. Gyan dhyan kich karma na jana. Sare na jana. But I don't know anything. It's only when we empty our vessel, we empty our mind, that we realize that all that wisdom has been there all along, but our ego, the bunch jaw were there in its place. And that love takes humility. So when we are in love with someone, we don't notice their faults. In the same way, Guruji does parada, does a veil over our faults when we connect with them. We are all full of faults. Pullan andar sabko, apul guru kardar. We all full of faults. We all make mistakes except for Guru, Vaheguru. But when we're in love, that person who someone else might have said was not a good person, we can't see that because we're in love, we don't see their faults. And in the same way, Guruji puts a veil over our faults. Guruji makes us humble. And what are the qualities of humility? The qualities of humility are acceptance, that when we don't get the job, we don't get the relationship, things don't go the way that we want them to, are we willing to accept that because we know that's why Guruji's hukam? That the Karta Purkh is doing everything, or do we fight it, do we resist it and say, no, that person should change, this event, this circumstance should change to fit what I want. So when we're humble, we find peace. When we're humble, we find acceptance. Another quality of humility, is sabr, is patience, is tolerance. And we're so quick these days, we're so impatient these days because we live in this instant society, we want things straight away. I've been jumping now for 6 months, why have I not seen darshan? I've been reading Gurbani for 20 years, why do I still not feel a loving connection with Guruji? And we always put the blame on Guruji and Vaheguru, not openly, not overtly, not meaning to, but we always think there's something wrong either with ourselves or with Guruji. But no, it just means that we still need to be patient. We need to develop this humility, this patience, and let things unfold in Vaheguru's hukam. It doesn't mean we sit there and do nothing now. We do an ardas. You can only do an ardas from a place of humility. Ardas, a request, das. Who is doing the request? Das, the slave, the servant. But how do we ask? People like me are standing there, Vaheguruji, give me your naam, Vaheguruji, give me success. But where is the humility in that? The humility is in Gyan, Dhyan, Kich Karma na jana, Sare na jana te, Sab te vada, Satguru Nanak, Jin kar rakhi. So we might have this vichar in our mind. How do we become humble? How do we feel this love? How do we have this shraddha for Guruji? How do we develop this patience? And the answer is always there. It's always in Gurbani. Maaf karna, there was some vichar going on yesterday somewhere, and somebody said that Guruji recited this Bani and they were asking this question, but they didn't get an answer to it. And that really hurt to hear somebody say that, to hear the Sikhs say that. And the reason why that hurt is because no, Guruji always had the answers, because this is Turki Bani. Guruji and Vaiguruji are one of the same. So the answer is always in Gurbani. The questions are in Gurbani and the answers are in Gurbani. But we are not ready to receive them. So the question is, how do we get to this state? And if we look at Gurbani, the answers are always there. So before we get to the Bhakti of Gyan Dhyan Kich Karva Na Jana Sara Na Jana Teri Sab Devada Satguru Nanak Jin Kala Rakhi Meri, the answer is in the two Bhaktiyan above. Naam Dhyayan Sukha Phalapayam Aad Pahar Aradhe Teri Saran Tere Karvase Panch Dust Lahar Sate. So Maharaji is telling us, those who meditate on the Naam, the name of the Lord, obtain the fruits of peace. 24 hours a day they worship and adore you. In your sanctuary, with your support, they subdue the 5 villains. So let's break that down. How do we get this humility, this patience, this love, this shraddha? Namadhyayan. When we focus on the Naam, when we recite Vaiguru's Naam, Vaiguru, 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 Sukh Phalapayam, then we receive this Sukh, the fruit of this peace. And how often should we do this? Is it enough to just do this in the morning, do our Naam Simran, do our Nitnem, maybe in the evening we do Reras, we do Kirtan Sudhila? Is that enough? If you're in love with someone, with something, you think about it all day long, right? So Maharaji tells us, Aad Pahar Aradhi, 24 hours a day, Swas Swas Simaro Gobind, with every breath. It's only when we're able to at least make an intention, at least do an ardas to start doing that we can start to feel this. Because where is our mind the rest of the time? Our mind is in ninda, jugli, talking about other people. Our mind is in judgment of ourselves. I'm not a good person. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with her. That person's not a good person. I'm right, they're wrong. And when we say I'm right, they're wrong, there's no room for oneness. There's no room for Ik Onkar. What is our mind doing the rest of the day? Our mind is in the past. Can't believe she did that. Can't believe he said that. Can't believe that happened to me when I was a child. I can't believe it. And we ruminate over the past over and over again. Oh, I remember the good old days. I wish things could be like that again. But that's gone. Where are we the rest of the time? I can't wait till I go on holiday. I can't wait till I get that job. I can't wait till I buy the Tesla. I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. But that's not right here, right now, in the present moment. If our mind is on all of these desires, that means our mind is not connected to Naam. Guruji tells us in this panda of our body, of our mind, we can't be in Naam and in Home at the same time. We can't be separate and connected at the same time. So what do we call this? What is making our mind do this? Maharaji tells us. Panchadus Lehasati. It's the five villains, the 5 thieves, the 5 booths. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankara. These Panch thieves, these 5 thieves exist within our mind also. And they are constantly giving us lustful desires. Lustful desires can be anything. Lustful desires can be over eggless cake. Lustful desires can be over your social media. Lustful desires can be over your clothes, over toys. We're always lusting after something. And when that desire is not met, we come to krodh, anger. We get upset. My Guru, why did you not give me this? I was told my whole life I'm only complete if I get married, and why have I not found a partner? I'm only complete if I have a child now that I've got a partner, and why have you not given me a child? I'm only complete if I'm successful at my job. So why am I not successful? We're always asking, and when it doesn't go our way, we get angry. And if it does go our way, we're still not satisfied. Kam, krodh, lobh, then the greed arises. I want more money, I want more holidays. One holiday is enough, not enough, I want 2, I want 3. Okay, I found a partner, and I was in love with them, but now I want to change them. I want them to be this way, I want them to be that way. I've got these children, but they need to be A-star students. We get greedy. And then what happens? Kam, krodh, lobh, more. We get attached to this idea, we get attached to this person. I've had this child, I've got this partner, I've got this job, I've got this money. But if you take them away from me, then what? If somebody asks me for some money, then what? We become attached and we think it's ours. And Maharaji tells us nothing is yours. But how would we know that? We would only know that if our mind, if our mind was attached to Guruji's charan 24 hours a day. Because while our mind is engrossed in the Panch Chor, it cannot be attached to Guruji's charan. And then we get this sense of status that I am this jnani, I am this professional, I am this mother even. And that becomes our sense of identity. And that works fine until something goes wrong. Until something happens which means that I can't say I'm that person anymore. I made a mistake, so I can't be a jnani. My child made a mistake, so I'm not a good mother. And then our ego gets hurt. But Maharaji is saying is everything is unfolding in hukam. Your only job is to jap. Amrit Vela, such Naam Vadiyai Vichar. Yes, in the morning Amrit Vela, but any time we jap Naam is Amrit Vela. So what is the solution, Pyareo, for falling in love with Guru, for finding peace, for finding humility, for finding patience? It's connecting our mind to Guruji 24 hours a day. We're not going to do it overnight, Pyareo. Let's start with 5 minutes in the morning. If you're doing 5 minutes, if you're doing an hour, bring it into your day. Bring it into while you're working. Bring it in when you're going for a walk. Bring it in as much as you can, because Guruji gives us the guarantee that when we truly attach our mind to Naam, that we will only get sukh from Naam. So please forgive me. I know I made lots of mistakes, and I ask the Sangha to bless me. Deho sajan asi sariyam, jo hove sahib syo mein. And let's do a very humble benti to Maharaji to bless us with Naam. Apna naam deho, apna naam deho, visarna Visarna hi data, apna naam deho, apna naam deho, gun gava din raat, gun gava din raat, Nanak chao ho, Nanak chao ho, Visarna Visarna